Hi, I'm Tom Freyberg here for the IDA, the International Desalination Association in Sydney, Australia for the World Congress. Pleased to be joined by Amer Alrajiba, who is from the Saudi Water and Partnership Company. Thanks for joining me. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Well, congratulations. You're a partner and a sponsor here for the event. And it'd be great to there's lots of developments that you've talked about here whilst being in Sydney, but just for the purpose of people tuning in globally, give us a context of the role of the SWPC in the supply chain in Saudi.
All right. SWPC is the principal water buyer in Saudi Arabia, and its mandate is to contribute in developing the water infrastructure in the kingdom. That would include the desalination plant, pipelines, sewage treatment plant, sewage collection, and water storage. And we have a pretty large portfolio as of now because of the booming in Saudi Arabia and the need for water. So far we have more than 2 million cubic meter a day of desalinated water, and this number will be extended almost to more than 6 million cubic meter a day by 2025. And we'll continue developing the water infrastructure projects at least until 2030 to be sure and aligned with the Saudi Vision 2030.
Very good. You mentioned there around water storage, and there was a kind of conference session here that the SWPC hosted around the role of dams in public-private partnerships as a new development. Can you give us an update on that, please?
Yes. In Saudi Arabia, as you know, Saudi Arabia is an arid country. We don't have surface water, natural water bodies. And, but in the same time, we have a large number of water dams, almost more than 570 water dams. Yes, most of them were built for flood protection, but we have a fair number of water dams with a large storage capacity. At least, for example, one of them, King Fahd Dam in the southwest of Saudi Arabia, the storage capacity is more than 320 million cubic meter, the storage capacity. And there are other dams, more than 200 million cubic meter. So these dams are really supporting the water supply in the kingdom, and they are in use for both drinking purposes and irrigation. Of course, plus other purposes like flood protection and recharging the water aquifer in the region where the water dams were constructed. What we are looking for is to not only better utilize the existing dams by applying or adding more, I would say, utilization facilities like power, energy, utilities, probably PV power, hydro power, wind power around the water dam, and also to build new dams to make sure that we are harvesting as much as we can of rainwater, particularly in the southwest of Saudi Arabia, where we have a fair rainfall.
Very good. So you're looking at really to design future-proof, resilient water supplies. You've got that solid, the largest country when it comes to desalination capacity, but obviously augmenting that with the water storage from the dams, with the coupling of the energy as well. But finally, where do you sort of see the space for innovation in desalination with such a large capacity? Where do you think there's room for perhaps low-hanging fruit that can be, because clearly there's a lot of activity and investment going on in the country right now.
Yes. The water desalination is a strategic solution for Saudi Arabia. As I said, it's unconventional source of water, and we rely on it almost more than 50% of the municipal water in the kingdom. And to cover the need for the future demand, we should continue develop this desalination plants. And as of now, in SWPC, we managed to reduce the cost for desalination from high numbers of water tariff. Now we have reached almost 41 cent per cubic meter, which makes the desalinated water almost good not only for drinking but also for irrigation. If we manage to economically use this water for targeted crops, so we rely on the technology development. We hope that will continue help to reduce the cost of the water by applying the new technologies. So far we have heard about a lot of promising technologies. We have heard here in this great conference, and we believe we will see more reduction in the water tariff very soon in the upcoming projects and near future that will help us deploy more desalination plants and to cover other purposes than just drinking water.
Absolutely. I think the cost has generally been quoted previously, historically, outside of Saudi Arabia as one of the factors holding back desalination. But when you're pushing, you said 41 cents per cubic meter, and actually I know there's plans to try and drive that even further down.
Yeah.
Suddenly it becomes increasingly cost competitive beyond utility usage. Well, Amer, thank you for your time and your experience and your viewpoint here in Sydney. I want to thank you again, SWPC.
It's a pleasure
for being a partner, and wish you the continued best of luck for the development up until the 2030 vision. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.